We worked together at Toyota, selling cars together, and the Lord's done an amazing work in his life. And it's an honor to see what God has done in him. And so he's here with his beautiful wife Carla, and he desires to get baptized today. So Mike, tell us a little bit about your life and come to faith in Christ.
Well, there was a time I would have never wanted to get video because I didn't want to be on the news. There's a little bit of truth to that. I graduated from a Catholic school, grew up Catholic, knew who God was, prayed, always had a big heart, helped people when they were down, always said, come get you at 3 in the morning if you were my friend. But if you poked a friend of mine, I would be the guy that would stuff your face in the ground. So I had a real heavy, hard heart to cold people. And about 7 years ago, I met Pastor Phil. And he knew I used to be a kickboxer, and I started fighting as a kid. He understood me. And we were talking one night at work, and he started talking about his father. Now his father had Lou Gehrig's disease, and he was giving him a bath one night. He started to cry. So we're standing on the lot crying, and I hugged him. And at that point, I could feel like God was kind of pushing me in a way. He was trying to get me to get off that crazy path and come back. And, you know, I fought it and fought it because you got pride and you got ego and you got this mentality where you just can't get away from it. And then about 5 years ago, this beautiful blonde girl comes on the lot where I'm working. I started talking to her, and I come out of a 19-year relationship, very mentally distraught, not right. Become friends with this girl who I ended up marrying. And how God works in a way where he takes things that are bad and makes them good. I had a scuffle with a big guy that had punched me in the eye, and when I returned fire, I ended up anyway in a court, lost at a trial. And part of my community service was, because I got rods in my back and neck, which God has slowed me down and humbled me so I can't fight no more, I ended up delivering food to old people that couldn't help themselves. And my wife worked at the hospital where I did community service. She didn't know it was to a court order. She didn't know. Needless to say, she was giving me the push, and we got married. And I went from a Catholic church before I met my wife, and I was going through the breakup. I moved next to a church, and I was going to church with my kids and just trying to find it. And she helped kind of pushing me over to come to the Bible. And then a year and a half ago, the biggest fear of my life, when I was a little kid, I used to watch my dad sleeping on the couch, and I would watch his chest go up and down. I always had a fear of my dad dying. And I'm going to try to make it through this without crying. But the day come where they called me a year and a half ago, and they said, Dad's went in for a blood clot, and he's going into like a coma. And so he wasn't getting better. I talked to one of the doctors. I said, what's going to happen? She said, well, I can't tell you if your dad's going to die. I said, well, I'm in California. If it was your dad, would you come here? She said, if it was my dad, I'd come here. So I land in Rhode Island at 1 o'clock in the morning, and my guy who's supposed to rent me the car is not there. Some guy starts renting me a car for a better price, and it's 15 below zero, and my brother calls me and says, do you know how to get to the hospital? And I said, no, but I'll call you after I fix this. And he calls me 2 minutes later, and he goes, Christopher called you, my nephew was sleeping with my dad every night in the hospital. And I said, no, my heart just fell. I thought he was going to say my dad died. And he says, Dad's sitting up in the chair right now. Well, kid, what am I doing? Why am I here? And my dad woke up when I landed, the point of the story. When I get in there, he was just wide awake going, what are you doing here and what's going on? I spent a whole week with my father, come back to California. As I landed, he started to decline, and he died 7 days later. And all my brothers and sisters that are not saved don't get it. They're trying to control it, and all big guys are all tough guys, and they get all this anger and rage. And it's like God put his hands on my shoulder for the first time in my life, and all that fear and that anxiety and that panic just went away, because when I was in intensive care with my father and he was conscious, I asked one of the nurses if they had a Bible. And I started to read to my dad. said, Dad, listen. Remember you told me whenever you get down, get up, don't stop fighting. You don't have to fight no more. Jesus died for your sins, and it says it right here in the book. You believe, don't you, Dad? He goes, of course I believe, kid. And I raised you to believe, too. I said, Dad, no matter what happens, you'll always be in my heart, and I'll always be there. And you'll be with me in spirit. And you don't have to be afraid. And he goes, am I gonna die? And I said, I don't know if you're gonna die, Dad, but you know what? If God takes you, just don't be afraid, because you know where you're going. And I got home, and I lost my dad, and going to his funeral, I had that deep loss and that sadness, but I could look at him, and I'm like, God, I get it. You know, and what I believe God put on my heart is, you know what, kid? You ran hard for me for a long time. You were that son that went out and spent all that money, and you finally came back to me. And I'm going to give you a little bit of a taste of a reward of what it's like to do the right thing. And he allowed me to spend more than a whole week with my father instead of just letting me take a call and have that shock sense of my dad dying. I laughed with him, he joked, he sang, and as he started to decline in health, I got a chance to read the word to him. And at that point I knew that God had just taken my heart and he got inside me and he's controlled me. And I just want to tell everybody and get in the water right now, let them know that if I can marry my wife in front of people, if I can go get my friend at 3 o'clock in the morning, that God, I'm not afraid to tell the whole world that this is what I believe and this is where I'm going.
Amen.
And no matter who comes against me, as long as I believe in God, I know where I'm going to end up. And I just want to proclaim to the world that I believe that Jesus died for my sins, and that's why I'm here, that's why I'm here.